I got to ask you something.
Sure.
Last night, my son, you were talking about Zsa Zsa Gabor earlier.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
My son said, she was on Johnny Carson's show one time. She came there with a cat on her lap, and she said to you, "Do you want to pet my pussy?" My son said that you said, "I'd love to if you'd remove that damn cat."
You have a girlfriend?
Let's put it this way, I have girls that are friends.
For 30 years hosting The Tonight Show, Johnny Carson was renowned for his ability to handle any situation with near-perfect composure. But with these special guests, the man who always asks questions sometimes finds himself in a difficult position, having to react immediately to moments that weren't in the script.
Relax. They say if you look an animal right in the face and talk to them, you'd say then they know you're not scared.
Each of them disrupted Johnny's control in a completely different way. Some used their wit to turn the conversation around. Some turned the stage into an unexpected comedy, and others threw the entire studio into an unpredictable situation.
What, do you think that I treated you differently before I was married?
Oh, sure. I came to your dressing room to say hi, how are you, as old friends. And, now it's just hugs and kisses and how are you now that you're off the shelf.
The last 5 rounds, he's saying, get back in the corner, and he'd say, you got him now, that's it, keep pressing. His legs are good, but his hands are going to fold. He can't take this kind of abuse.
Right. So that strategy didn't work out either.
I felt like if we'd had a bit more time, another 15, 20 rounds, I was just getting that hand.
1. Steve Martin. Steve Martin was never the type of guest who would simply sit and answer Johnny's questions and wait for applause. He transformed every moment on stage into a surprise performance where the line between real and fake almost disappeared. Johnny was known for his excellent control over the pace of conversation, but with Steve, even he didn't know where the next joke would go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate
Thanks for being
it.
here.
Thank you very
Steve
much.
Martin. Thanks, Steve. Steve Martin.
I don't have to lose.
The most difficult thing to deal with about Steve Martin is that he always manages to make people believe in completely fake emotions. With just a few expressions and deadpan acting, he can turn an absurd situation into something that makes the entire studio empathize and burst into laughter. That's the kind of humor that Johnny can't predict or guide.
I was lying. I see all the big stars come on, they always have to leave. But I don't have to leave.
That's all right. You can say that. That's all right. I understand.
2. Joan Rivers. Johnny Carson had worked with countless comedians, but Joan Rivers belonged to a very different group. She didn't wait for questions to elicit laughter. Joan could turn any topic into a sharp, witty remark, often forcing Johnny to react before he was even prepared.
Except you know something, with age comes wisdom.
Yes.
You don't need big boobs to be feminine. Look at Liberace.
That's so true. So true. True.
For that matter, Katharine Hepburn and her brother Audrey.
That's right. I've done very well. Yeah.
But men, see, the 60s, they like this. They like rounder women. You know what I'm saying?
I guess at that time, yeah.
Think about it. Marilyn Monroe was very round. Very much more curvaceous than what they have now.
Yeah, a little most like the Gibson girl. If you remember what the Gibson girls were like in the... Well, Freddie knows. They were in the 1880s.
She's a living testament.
Living testament to that what? Chrissy Brinkley's a living testament that...
Peroxide causes brain damage.
So true.
She's not that bright. I spoke to her on St. Patrick's Day. Everyone was wearing green. She thought Gumby had exploded. She's not that bright.
What made Joan Rivers such a challenge for Johnny was her boldness. She was willing to talk about things that many other guests would avoid, from appearance and gender to controversial topics. Every time Jones spoke, the audience knew another unpredictable joke was waiting to be told.
The look is there.
But don't you think men really like intelligence more when it comes right down to it?
Ah, please. Are we going to go back to that? Are you kidding?
Sure. I mean, a brain, you know, a caring
no man
person.
ever put his hand up a woman's breast looking for a library card. I mean, I'm not even attractive in Russia. Russian women.
Yeah.
Russia is the only country in the world where men carry rape whistles.
3. Rodney Dangerfield. After his earlier witty exchanges, Rodney Dangerfield appeared with a completely different weapon, making himself the target of all jokes. He didn't try to hide the most embarrassing things in his life, because for Rodney, the more failures and pain he experienced, the more material he had to make the audience laugh.
I'll tell you, last week was a rough week for me. I broke up my psychiatrist, too. He told me I'm going crazy. I said to him, if you don't mind, I'd like a second opinion. He said, all right, you're ugly, too. My old man. Oh, once on my birthday, he gave me a dartboard with automatic return. And my mother, too, she never breastfed me. She told me she liked me as a friend.
What made it difficult for Johnny to deal with Rodney wasn't his loudness, but his ability to turn any ordinary question into an unpredictable story. From his deprived childhood and ridicule about his appearance to his marriage, Rodney always found a way to transform misfortune into punchlines that astonished the entire studio.
And I'll tell you something else, too. I don't like the nickname she gave me, either. Microwave. Hey, Hollywood. Well, last week, my gay uncle died. Left me all his dresses. Ain't got a break with nothing, Johnny.
Hasn't been a good year, has it?
I never had any luck with girls either. You kidding? Okay. Never had any luck with it. By the time I was 16 years old, I had sex once and VD twice. Never had any luck.
4. Ronald Reagan. Unlike previous comedians, Ronald Reagan took to the stage with a unique advantage. He had been an actor before becoming President of the United States. Therefore, even difficult questions from Johnny could be transformed by Reagan into a display of composure and charm.
Very little that government can do as efficiently and as economically as the people can do themselves. And if government would shut the doors and sneak away for about 3 weeks, we'd never miss them. Now, if the people want to
Anybody you had in mind particularly?
No, I said this while I was in government.
Okay.
Our biggest problem is that we have built a permanent structure of government, federal, state, and local, the permanent employees, and they've come to the place that they actually determine policy in this country more than does the Congress of the United States. There are 14.5 million public employees in the United States. That's quite a voting bloc. And the bureaus and agencies, not in Washington, I heard you talking earlier about some of the research programs. Listen, you had some beauties and there's some others. What would you say if I told you about a study in which this was called the demography of happiness. And in this study, the government found out that young people are happier than old people. And they found out that people that earn more are happier than people that earn less. And they found out that well people are happier than sick people.
That's good. Well, I'm glad
this was $249,000 to find out it's better to be rich, young, and healthy than old, poor, and sick.
What made it difficult for Johnny to read Reagan was that he rarely allowed himself to be on the defensive. Instead of directly answering sensitive questions, Reagan often used humor and storytelling to steer the conversation in his own way.
The conservatives took over, possibly, and got control of the electoral process, and they couldn't quite make a decision. And they came to you and said, Governor Reagan, we can't decide between Mr. Ford and Mr. Rockefeller. We're divided. Would you like to go to the White House?
You remember that answer I gave you about the CIA?
Yeah. Oh, come on. No, I won't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. No, I can understand the CIA now, but
no,
I thought that was delicately phrased. Balance the budget.
Well, balancing the budget is like protecting
You don't spend more than you take in, right?
No, it's like protecting your virtue. You have to learn to say no.
5. Jonathan Winters.
Comfortable, Dory. And she said, Lord, I'm freezing. I said, put on all your clothes, put on more dresses.
A little Mackinac.
Sure, because I said, we're not turning it up. And she looked at us. It was that funny look to say, can't you afford to turn it up just a little? And I said, we can, but we won't.
No.
The scariest thing about being a TV host isn't a silent guest, but someone who can turn any question into a completely unexpected story. And Jonathan Winters was exactly that kind of guest who made Johnny Carson abandon all his plans to chase after his boundless imagination.
Then, what did I have happen? I had a thing happen. I was painting the other night. Some glue spilled on the floor, and I forgot momentarily. I phase out, you know.
Just a little.
Constantly, you know, just phase out. And here was glue just all over, and my cat came down, and I noticed Kitty was quite still. And so I said, come on, Kitty, 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 come on, Tiger. That's
Tiger.
his name, Tiger. Come on, Tiger, come on, Tiger. And Tiger's just like this, you know. And I looked down at his little paws, and he was in quite hard in the glue. And I said, well, it's tough, you know. I'm strong, I can get out of it. I said, you just make up your mind you're going to get out of that glue.
Did you pick him up at the pound or just...
No, we didn't pick him up at the pound. We found him on a porch. And just like this, you know, walked up, picked the dog up, waved at the people in the house, and put the dog. He didn't seem to care, so drove off. But it was an older couple, and I just don't think they wanted any trouble.
6. Jeff Dunham. Johnny Carson wasn't always overwhelmed by the person sitting opposite him. For Jeff Dunham, the biggest challenge came from fictional characters with such strong personalities that they completely dominated the stage. His performances made the audience forget that it was all just one person manipulating puppets.
Comedian.
A comedian.
On a stick. Well, do you enjoy being in this country? I'm afraid for my life.
Why?
Taco Bell.
What makes Jeff Dunham special is his ability to transform each character into a complete guest, complete with their own voice, personality, and even way of causing trouble.
What was that?
A burrito.
On a stick.
Will you... And now, ladies and gentlemen, the dangerous part. You take your time.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
You're going to die. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the dangerous part. It's going up to his lips and going.
How you doing? Huh? I said, how you doing? Who the hell cares? Do you know where we are? Yeah, I don't give a damn. Wait a minute, we're on The Tonight Show, Johnny Carson on NBC.
La-dee-da.
I know that guy. Stop sending me all your damn mail.
7. Don Rickles. Some guests come to The Tonight Show to answer Johnny Carson's questions, but Don Rickles comes to turn the entire studio into his target. With his ironic nickname, Mr. Warmth, he's famous for sparing no one from the audience and his colleagues to the host himself.
I just took George in his car and told him where he was.
I got him out of here before you got out.
He was a sweet man. He went back. He said, Dan! I kicked him in the leg and he went away. He was a charming man. I'm going to put him in a home so he don't bother anybody.
George is very...
He's a sweet man.
Don't you just hope we get to be that age?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not. Well, you will because you have nothing on your mind.
The Lakers, I guess he owns World Team Tennis out here.
And the world.
Yeah, a very rich young man. And he just bought Mary Pickford and Buddy Rogers' home called Pickfair. So I announced last night at the end of this affair for Sammy that I had an additional surprise for him from the Friars, that Jerry Buss was going to buy him and put him on his front lawn at Pickfair. Those are the kind of lines you do.
What made Johnny uncomfortable dealing with Don Rickles wasn't the jokes being too harsh, but the fact that he never knew who would be the next target of his satire. But it was precisely this boldness that created spontaneous exchanges that few comedians could achieve.
You know what I want to ask you about?
Sure. That's the whole idea. We're not going to sit here and stare at each other's outfits.
That's right. That is a cute outfit. As you get older, you start to go for the sports jacket and slacks.
Yeah. And as you get older, you start to go for those Mickey Mouse suits.
What are you talking about?
Now, this is the toy Johnny Carson outfits that are made in Buffalo for $2. With the thin lapels and the cute little shirts, and in the back he has a fake dickie and there's no outfit. No fly, no front, just a little... Underneath he's wearing jeans and a dead cowboy suit. And bum. I said, look, how'd you get all the jewelry? How'd you get so rich? And bum. My mother's living in 2 rooms in Miami. You have a big house with a flagpole. And I'm getting fed up, and boom, you're sitting here laughing, and they're all going, aho. And they keep checking with her to see if it's funny, you know. And she was sitting there quietly having her martini going, aho. And the whole evening, everybody's going, aho. So I didn't know where the hell I was. I kept going, aho. And Newhart kept saying, get the cab. punchline.
Right.
Show's over. We sit down. I said to my wife, as we all do, we have three of us being married, and the wives really have a lot to say. And my wife quietly said to me, absolutely good. Just cool it. Just cool it. Be relaxed. You did good. Boom. I said, Barbara, I'm so nervous. She said, forget it. Guy comes in and said, would you come and meet Her Majesty? Her Highness. She'd like to meet you. I said, who? What? Who she want to meet? And my wife said, it's us, dummy. It's us. Boom.
This is Princess Margaret.
Princess Margaret. And we walk over, and I say, Your Highness. And the first thing out of her mouth is, that's my sister.
8. Rich Little. Rich Little's extraordinary ability puts Johnny Carson in a very different situation. He not only converses with the guests, but also constantly hears familiar voices appearing on stage. Using only his voice, Rich can make any character a part of the conversation.
Down to the studio, and he will dub it for you. And Jack went, you're gonna bring Rich Little in to dub me singing? Well, listen, if you're gonna go to that much trouble, why don't you get Jan Pierce? See what you sound like. Johnny Carson coming out to do his monologue at 80. This is Johnny Carson. Welcome to the Tonight Show. I am so old. Funny you should ask that. I am so old. I went streaking on the beach the other day. A dog grabbed me, thought I was an old bone, and buried me.
9. Robin Williams. Johnny Carson had met many quick-witted comedians, but Robin Williams was in a class of his own. He didn't just tell jokes. He transformed his thoughts into a continuous stream of energy, where every sound voice or expression could become a joke.
You are here.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of the evangelists are so hard up now they're healing appliances. Bring forward the blender. Oh, you can't make julienne fries. Say Pope heel and come on home, Mama. Yeah. Say frappe for no reason.
You're looking good.
Thank you, sir. This is a lovely suit for the Marquis de Suede. Whether you're having a meeting or simply tying yourself up. I don't know.
This is, you pick out...
Pick out my clothes? No,
yes.
Someone just goes, here, buy this. Take a chance. I don't know. Put some pads in it, maybe. Look, lovely from Quasimodo, Sanctuary Jeans. Look at these flowers, my God. Someone at Forest Lawn's going, where are the flowers?
I saw him hawking something new the other night. He's busy.
Busy man.
Oil cars, I mean,
Anything.
suits.
Anything if you need a vowel movement, call John. I'll accentuate anything. I'll sell it, they won't know why.
What made Robin such a challenge for Johnny was that he could almost never predict where the next sentence would come from. A simple question could transform into a chaotic series of characters, voices, and situations in just seconds. 10. The Jackson 5. Before becoming global icons, the Jackson 5 appeared on the Johnny Carson stage as a young, energetic group with a unique charm. Even Johnny's seemingly simple questions quickly opened up fascinating stories about their childhoods and journeys.
Got a lot of them, too. Now, the Jackson 5. Now, I see six singers sitting here. Now, am I losing my mind, or...
No, you're not losing your mind. It is 6.
Randy, he's a new member.
Randy, you the newest member?
Yeah.
Don't they count you yet?
No, you see, they 6 of us, but, you know, we still call it the Jackson.
Call herself the Jackson 5. I'd get a good lawyer if I were you, Randy. You can break this whole thing. How about the Jackson 5 plus Randy? Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sometimes we slide in the Jackson 5.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You were all very, very small when you started.
Well, Michael started when he was 4 years old, you know, on stage.
4?
Yeah.
Good heavens. Didn't Diana Ross have something to do with you?
Yeah,
your fellow start?
Yeah, we were doing a benefit show in Gary, Indiana, for the mayor,
Right.
Gary, and his guest was Diana Ross. So we entertained for the benefit show, and after we entertained for the show, she came backstage and said, "Very good. I'd like to take you to Motown, Detroit, and play for Barry Gordy and the executive staff, you know." And we entertained for them, and after that, we had our first record out, was Want You Back, was a 2 million seller.
2 million is all,
Yeah.
first one.
And after that,
That's not a bad way to kick it off, is it?
What surprised audiences most was that Michael Jackson's talent was evident from a very young age. It was only when young Michael's dance moves and performance skills appeared on stage that people realized they were witnessing the beginning of a legend.
So next week will be your turn.
Randy's turn. We skip.
Randy, you get skipped because you're only a half so far.
Randy, when he called rehearsal, he's inside eating apples or something.
What made Johnny Carson a legend wasn't that he always controlled every interview, but that he knew how to turn even unscripted moments into memorable television shows. And it was these special guests who created those rare instances that even America's greatest talk show host was surprised by. In your opinion, who was the guest who gave Johnny Carson the most trouble? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover more fascinating behind-the-scenes stories about legends of Hollywood and American television.